Hello and welcome to another episode of Rob's Ramblings here on the Bucks and Six channel. And today at the Brown Table of Sports Card Collecting, I had a stack of cards that have just been accumulating as some recent pickups that I've made over the last few weeks. This represents a real hodgepodge of sports and a real hodgepodge of ways that I've acquired these cards. Some of them I've picked up on eBay. Some of them I picked up at a local card shop, and some of them have been gifts that have been given to me. So, and it's a real wide variety of years and sports. So I thought it was time to get these out there and show them on the channel so I can put them away in my collection. All of the cards that I have today, I have deemed worthy of being in One Touch Town. That is up for debate. I may take some time and reevaluate cards as I move down the road here. But for now, all of these cards have been put in One Touches. And for me, that's the second highest level on my list of tiers. So these cards all are fairly well loved by Bucks and Six and Rob here at the headquarters. Anyway, the first card I'm going to show is a card I picked up on eBay. This is a hockey card of a player by the name of Kevin Bieksa, and it is a Young Guns card. If you don't know too much about hockey cards, Young Guns are the equivalent of the RC cards in baseball. They're the rookie cards that you're looking for. And Kevin Bieksa, this is from 2005, 2006, by the way, and it's an Upper Deck card. And Kevin Bieksa has always been on my short list of hockey players that I like to collect because he did score the game-winning goal in Game 5 of the conference finals to send the Canucks to the Stanley Cup finals that year in double overtime late at night. That is probably my favorite moment in my hockey fan life. So Kevin Bieksa gets some love here in my collection. So Kevin Bieksa. The next one is another hockey card from my current favorite team. This is Quinn Hughes, and this is an Upper Deck stature card. And if you've seen some of my previous episodes, you know how much I just love the stature cards. This is just a beautiful card. Look at the way the light shines and the rainbow coloring. These stature cards are a little bit thicker stock. I've always loved these cards because there's just something a little bit extra special about them. And this card is just a base. This is not a special parallel numbered card or anything. This is just a base stature card from 24-25. And I just love the way it looks. And Quinn Hughes, one of the best players in the league. Picked him up from my PC. The next one is another stature card from the same set. And this one is an Alex Ovechkin. And this one is a numbered card. This is a green parallel. You can see it's numbered 288 out of 375. I don't know if that's coming through on the camera there, but this is just a beautiful card. And if I fancy myself as any kind of a hockey card collector, I need to really start putting some more Alex Ovechkin in my collection. And this one I couldn't pass up. Snagged that one recently on eBay. All these cards have been eBay pickups so far. Then the next one is a card that it was a gift given to me by my Aunt Lori. My birthday was recently, and Lori and I, a couple weeks ago on a Saturday, we just drove down the road. There's a card shop about a half an hour away. It's not really a card shop as much as it is a hobby shop, but they have lots of cards. And Lori and I spent a good chunk of a day there just flipping through boxes. And Lori picked this card up for me. It is a Rickey Henderson 1981 Kellogg's card, and I just love this card. Just real. I don't know if it's showing up on camera as well as it is in hand, but if you're familiar with these Kellogg's cards, they have a real unique kind of shine to them, and I just love the yellow jersey with the yellow border, kind of the color match. And this was a card that I had picked out. Lori and I were sitting side by side at a table at the card shop, just flipping through boxes and boxes and boxes of cards that were in the dollar bin. But I mean, they weren't all dollar cards. There was labeled anywhere in between $1 and $10 was what it was. And as we sat there for these hours picking out cards, our stacks got fairly high. And by the time we finished looking through all of the boxes we wanted to look through, our stacks were larger than what we were willing to pay. So we had to cut bait a little bit and trim some of the cards off our stack. And this Rickey Henderson card was on my pile, and it didn't make the cut that day because I have some other cards I'm going to be showing here that kind of beat it out, but I just was torn because I loved it so much. And Lori, bless her heart, saw that I was really pining for that card, so she, on the sly, picked it up and grabbed it and bought it for me and then gave it to me for my birthday a couple weeks later. So that's the story behind that card. The next one is another hockey card. This is another Upper Deck card of Daniel Sedin. This is from 2007-2008. And this is an Upper Deck Exclusives parallel. If you can see it's got the foil kind of calligraphy writing, Upper Deck Exclusives. They do this every year, and the cards are numbered to 100. This card is numbered down in the corner 24 out of 100. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera, but it is, I promise you. So anytime I can pick up an exclusives card of one of the all-time great Canuck players like Daniel Sedin, I do it, and this one was very reasonably priced. Very happy to grab this one. Always happy to add Daniel Sedin to my collection. So there's the Upper Deck Exclusives from eBay. The next one is a card I found, and actually the next several I'm going to show are all from the visit to the card shop that my Aunt Lori and I went on a couple weeks ago. And this is a rare football card in my collection. I do love football. I'm a Packers season ticket holder, so I do love my Packers. I just haven't really gravitated towards the football cards in my collection. But this is an Amon Green card from the Pacific Trading Card Company. And it's a game-worn jersey patch relic card. I don't know a lot about Pacific football cards, but it has all the correct verbiage on here. That's a game-worn patch. And Amon Green, one of the most underrated Green Bay Packers in the franchise's history. He is one of our best running backs we've ever had, but he just played during a time where the Packers were very, very good, but never really won that Super Bowl. So, but Amon Green, I wanted him represented in my collection, so I snagged that one. All right, so this was the first 6 cards. I have 6 more that I'm going to show that most of them were from that visit to the card shop, so I'm going to clear these off and I'll keep rolling. The next card that I picked up at that card shop that day, and most of the rest of these are all going to be featuring Robin Yount. There's one that is not Robin Yount, but Robin Yount, if you watch my channel, you know that he's one of my favorites, so I do pick up a lot of his cards. And this one is from a time when I wasn't collecting very much. I didn't really collect during the time when Upper Deck had a baseball license, but this is an Upper Deck card of Robin Yount. It's a Famous First Sweet Spots Classic. I'm not really sure what all that means, but it's commemorating the fact that Robin Yount had 2 4-hit games in a World Series. So that was the famous first. He was the first player to ever do that. So this card was from 2004. I don't know if it has happened since then, but Robin Yount was the first person to have done that. There's been 21 World Series since then, so it could have happened, but Robin Yount was the first one. The next one is another Robin Yount card, and this one's numbered. This is another Upper Deck. That's an SP Legendary Cuts from Upper Deck, and it's numbered to 550 and numbered 114 out of 550. And it's, or actually, yeah, no, it's four. This one's 436 out of 550. But it's another cool looking card. It's When It Was a Game was the title of this one, and I don't know enough about the set to be able to say anything more than what's printed on it. But it's a Robin Yount card that's got that kind of cool silver foil look with the ball and glove logo on it, and I just couldn't pass that card up. Now, the next two cards are identical photos. I'm thinking that they came from the same year. I think they're both from 2008. One is an Upper Deck Premier, and one is just an SP Legendary Cuts card. And so the one on the left here is a blue parallel, it looks like, and it is numbered 86 out of 99. And the one on the right is just looks like it's numbered. This one is the one that's numbered 114 out of 550. But you can see it's the same photograph, but just a little different look to each card. The one on the left is a Premier card. Not sure what makes it Premier other than it's got that blue on the bottom. This must be a blue parallel. But these two cards, if you watch my channel, you know I do love to pair cards together, and these two cards definitely go together nicely. Ugh, being paired together. If I can get my stands to stay facing the right direction and I can get them going here. All right, so then the next card is finally not a Robin Yount card, but it is one of my other favorite all-time baseball players. It is Hank Aaron, and this is from a 1999 Topps set where they did some reprints of some classic vintage cards, and this is a reprint of the 1956 Hank Aaron card. I really love this card, and it's a little bit pricey for me to buy an actual version of it from the actual set, but when I could pick up a replica of it that looks as good as this one does, I just spent a few dollars to get that. I realize it's not the same thing as having the actual vintage card, but when you're on a little bit of a budget, this fits the bill just fine for me, and I'm able to have a representation of this card in my collection, and I'm happy to have it. So I snagged this one. It was just a few bucks at the card shop. And then the last card that I have to show today is not one I picked up at the card shop. This is one that I picked up on eBay, and it is courtesy once again of my good friend Brent Richards, who I like to tell him that he has the power to, from Texas all the way to Wisconsin, he has the power to reach directly into my wallet and take out money, because he is constantly showing cards on his channel. And in this case, he sent me a text with the link to this card that was for sale, and I immediately bought it. And this is, you can see I've got this one in Slab City. All the other cards from today's episode were in One Touchdown, but this one I put into Slab City, and it is a 1983 Topps Robin Yount buyback. And if you've seen some previous episodes that I have, you see that I also have the 1983 Topps Robin Yount All-Star card as a buyback from this year's holiday, the 2025 holiday buyback series. And so now I've got this regular card and the All-Star card, both in buyback form from 1983. And it's just a fantastic looking card. Looks great in the Slab City treatment with the Slab City label. In 1983 was this card is the first card of Robin Yount after he had won his MVP in 1982. So it's kind of a special big season card for him, and couldn't resist buying that once Brent showed me the link. So there you have it. 12 cards today that been recently picked up, and really enjoyed finding these at the card shop with my Aunt Lori. So, Lori, if you're watching this episode, I want to just thank you again for that beautiful Ricky Henderson card that you snagged for me that day, and well, you had fun that day. But anyways, I've rambled on now for 15 minutes. I appreciate if you've stuck with me through all of this. But I'll wrap it up here, and until next time, enjoy the hobby and stay true to yourself.